So, have you ever looked at your bank account maybe a week or two after payday?
Oh, absolutely. That moment.
Yeah, and you just find your hard-earned money has seemingly vanished, just gone into thin air.
Feels like it sometimes, doesn't it?
It really does. And you don't feel like you've been on some huge spending spree or anything.
Not consciously, anyway.
But that balance just keeps, dwindling down,
Yeah.
and you're left wondering, where did it all actually go? It's so frustrating.
It's incredibly common. And a really crucial insight from the sources we've been digging into is that, well, this isn't always about massive excessive spending.
Oh,
Yeah, more often it's actually just a fundamental lack of awareness, a kind of financial blind spot, maybe, about where our money genuinely goes day to day.
a blind spot.
Exactly. And our deep dive today, it really draws from some rich material that offers clear, practical strategies to sort of pierce through that fog.
Right.
And it highlights the truly transformative impact that even small, consistent habits can have. A
Yeah.
big impact on your overall financial well-being.
And that's precisely our mission for this deep dive, isn't it? We're diving into these really practical, straightforward ways to um, meticulously track your expenses,
Yep, correct.
identify those sneaky leaks, as you called them, and ultimately take back genuine control of your financial story.
Exactly. Control and clarity.
And I think it's important to say this isn't about, pushing for austerity or living a life of deprivation.
Not at all.
It's really about empowering you, the listener, with clarity, giving you the tools to make informed choices and just fostering a deeper understanding of your own money. So let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
Okay, so for many people, I think the idea of writing down every single expense probably sounds tedious, maybe even a bit old-fashioned.
Yeah, I can see that.
You might think, oh, I generally know what I spend, or, what's the actual big deal about such a basic task? What do our sources say to that kind of initial skepticism?
That's a really common pushback. And it's precisely what this deep dive tackles head on. The core principle our sources really hammer home, and it echoes wisdom from countless financial experts, is basically this. What you measure, you manage.
What you measure, you manage. Okay.
Think about it conceptually for a second. If you have no accurate, objective record of your financial outflow, if you're essentially flying blind,
Right.
then trying to achieve any meaningful savings goal, or even just understanding your financial health, it becomes incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
Almost impossible, really.
It's like you wouldn't try to lose weight without tracking what you eat, maybe.
Exactly. That's a perfect analogy. Money is honestly no different.
That makes a lot of sense. So for someone who might still be a bit skeptical or maybe just feeling overwhelmed by the whole idea, what are the most compelling, immediate benefits our sources promise if you actually do start tracking expenses?
Oh, the benefits are, well, they're quite profound, as highlighted across the materials we looked at. First, it acts almost like a diagnostic tool. It immediately reveals exactly where your money is being wasted, or, as the sources put it, leaked. You'll pinpoint those silent drains you never even knew existed.
Silent drains. I like that.
Second, it fundamentally helps you distinguish between your genuine needs, the absolute essentials for living, and your fleeting wants.
Ah, the needs versus wants.
Yes, those discretionary desires that often add up without us really noticing. And third, perhaps most critically, tracking provides the absolute, unshakable foundation for any kind of effective budget planning.
The foundation, right.
Without this detailed, granular data, any budget you try to create is basically just guesswork. It's built on assumptions, not reality.
So if you've ever felt that really frustrating cycle of, wanting to save, knowing you should be building that financial cushion, but you just keep falling short month after month, what's becoming really clear here is that this foundational step, tracking your expenses, is probably the missing piece.
Very likely, yes.
It's like the essential first domino you need to knock over to gain genuine financial control.
Well put.
Okay, so with that powerful why now crystal clear, the inevitable question for many listeners is, all right, I'm convinced, but how do I actually start?
How? Yes.
Let's shift from the theory to the tangible steps, explore some methods that might cater to everyone's comfort level, maybe with tech or without it.
Yeah, and the sources offer great news here. You really don't need to be a financial guru or some kind of tech wizard.
Good.
The beauty of the simplest method, especially for those who maybe prefer to avoid technology altogether, is just a timeless notebook or even a simple diary.
Old school. I like it.
Exactly. The practicality is beautifully straightforward. It's about the mindful act of literally jotting down every single
Every
expense.
single one?
Every single one. The moment it happens, ideally, we're talking everything that quick 10 rupee chai you grabbed,
Okay.
the 500 rupee petrol fill-up,
Yep.
even that impulse pack of gum you bought at the counter. Promptness is really key here, just to ensure nothing slips through the cracks.
It sounds almost meditative in a way, like forcing yourself to acknowledge each tiny outflow. But for someone with a really busy day, wouldn't that feel like a constant interruption? All that writing.
It's like a very common initial thought, and the sources tackle it directly. They actually found that committing just no more than 2 minutes a day for this.
2 minutes, that's it.
That's what they suggest. And those 2 minutes can profoundly shift your financial awareness. It's a minimal time investment for, honestly, monumental clarity.
Wow.
And the real power, or what the sources call the monthly revelation, comes when you actually review those entries. At the end of the month, flipping through those pages,
Yeah.
you'll see it in undeniable black and white.
Yeah.
Precisely where your money truly went, and often where maybe too much disappeared.
Right.
It's a moment of undeniable truth. It fosters accountability just purely through visibility.
2 minutes a day. That's like less time than it takes to scroll through a few social media posts. But okay, for those of us who are more digitally inclined, myself included, there's a whole world of apps out there designed to make this even more seamless, right?
Oh, indeed. For the digitally savvy, the options are plentiful, and many are free. Our sources specifically mention apps like Walnut, Money Manager, Expense Manager. These really simplify the process dramatically.
Okay.
And even widely available tools, like Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, can be customized to serve this purpose with incredible power if you prefer that.
And what are the sort of standout advantages of going the digital route? What do the apps offer?
Well, the key advantages of using these apps are pretty significant. First, you get instant expense entry right on the go.
Right, on your phone.
Exactly, which is fantastic for capturing every transaction, even those little impulse buys. But where they really shine is in their automatic analytics.
Ah, the data.
Yes. They churn out clear graphs and reports, giving you this visually intuitive understanding of your spending patterns. You get a precise, category-wise monthly breakdown. Suddenly, you might realize, wow, 35% of my money vanished into food and drink.
Ouch.
Or, 20% went to transportation, and the rest spread across various other categories. This visual data creates a powerful, immediate aha moment for many people.
Yeah, I can definitely see how those visual reports would provide maybe a necessary jolt of reality. But what do the sources say is the next step after that initial aha moment? How do you translate that realization into lasting change?
That's the critical follow-through, isn't it? Once you have this clarity from tracking, the natural progression is to gain actual concrete control over your spending.
Okay.
And for that, we turn to a very popular and, frankly, incredibly effective framework,
Here.
the 50-30-20 rule.
Ah, yes, the 50-30-20. I've heard of this.
It's a fantastic, adaptable framework for balancing your expenses and proactively making sure you're prioritizing your financial well-being.
It sounds very clear, very structured. But, for many listeners, especially maybe those in high cost of living areas or perhaps carrying significant debt, hitting that 50% for needs or that 20% for savings might feel incredibly challenging, maybe even disheartening.
That's a really important point.
Do our sources offer any guidance on adapting this rule, or is it more of an aspirational target if circumstances make it really tough?
Absolutely. The sources are quite pragmatic about this. They emphasize that the 50-30-20 rule is best viewed as a powerful diagnostic tool
Diagnostic, okay.
rather than some rigid one-size-fits-all law. If your needs category is currently way above 50%, the initial focus then becomes pinpointing exactly why.
Right, figure out the cause.
Maybe it's high rent or significant debt payments, and then you strategize how to shift those percentages over time.
So it's a process.
It's a process.
Right.
It might involve reevaluating recurring expenses, looking for opportunities to maybe increase income, or negotiating better terms on debt. The rule's real power is in showing you where your financial ecosystem is out of balance. It's not just demanding immediate perfection. It encourages a gradual, intentional realignment.
That makes it feel much more achievable. So let's break down those percentages again, just for clarity, in an ideal scenario. What exactly falls into each bucket?
Certainly. So the 50-30-20 rule suggests allocating. First, 50% for needs. These are your absolute essentials.
Well, must-haves.
Exactly. Things you literally can't live without. Think rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities like electricity and water, necessary transportation costs, insurance, minimum debt payments.
Got it. Needs.
Then 30% for wants. This is your discretionary spending. Items that enhance your life but aren't vital for survival.
The fun stuff.
Pretty much. Dining out, movies, subscription services for entertainment, hobbies, new clothes you don't strictly need, vacations. These are the joyful parts of life, but importantly, they're flexible.
Flexible. Okay. And the last bit.
And finally, 20% for savings or investments. This is your crucial future-building portion.
Super important.
Hugely. This money goes directly towards things like an emergency fund, maybe a down payment on a home, retirement investments, or paying down high-interest debt aggressively beyond just the minimum payments.
Needs, wants, savings. 50, 30, 20. It's a really powerful compass, isn't it, for navigating your financial landscape once you actually have that tracking data.
It really is.
Now, we often focus on the big, obvious expenditures, the new car, the big vacation, but our sources reveal something really powerful. The real enemy in our finances is often the accumulation of those small, seemingly insignificant expenses.
Oh, absolutely. This is where behavioral economics offers a truly fascinating insight. The sources paint a pretty vivid picture here.
Like what?
Think about a daily 50-rupee coffee, or maybe 150-rupee snack delivery several times a week. That forgotten 300-rupee subscription service you barely even use anymore.
Guilty.
Right. And those small, impulsive additions to your online shopping cart because, hey, it's only a little extra.
Yeah, happens all the time.
Individually, they seem negligible, almost invisible. But when you actually total them up, you could easily be looking at 3,000 to 5,000 rupees a month, maybe even more, just evaporating without much thought.
Wow, that adds up fast.
It's a silent, insidious drain, and it's often far more damaging than a single large purchase because it happens consistently, almost unconsciously.
It really is like the financial equivalent of death by 1,000 paper cuts.
That's a perfect way to put it. Precisely. And the key insight here, the really crucial bit, is that it's only when you start meticulously writing these down, when you truly track every single one, that you genuinely understand where the real leak is in your finances. You start to see the pattern of those small, insidious drains.
And that awareness is the first step to plugging them.
Exactly. Awareness is step one.
Okay, here's another really compelling finding from research that kind of shifts how we think about the transaction itself, our relationship with money.
Ah, yes, the psychology of spending. This is incredibly relevant. Studies have consistently shown that the physical act of handing over cash, it activates areas of the brain associated with loss aversion.
Loss aversion.
Yeah, there's a tangible pain almost of parting with physical money. In contrast, a card swipe, or especially a digital transfer, like using India's UPI, the Unified Payments Interface.
Right, UPI is everywhere now.
It can feel much more abstract, almost frictionless. The pain is delayed, or at least diminished, which leads us to be significantly less conscious of the transaction itself.
Less conscious? How much less?
Well, some research suggests people can spend up to 20% more when using cards compared to cash for the same discretionary items, simply because that physical pain isn't really present.
20% more? That's astonishing.
It's a significant difference.
So what does this behavioral insight mean for us practically, especially if we're really trying to rein in our spending habits?
Well, if you find yourself consistently overspending, maybe feeling like you're losing control, a very practical recommendation from the sources is to strategically reintroduce cash for certain categories of expenses.
Go back to cash. For some things.
For some things, yeah. For instance, maybe set a cash budget for your daily lunch, or your coffee habit, or your entertainment for the week.
Okay.
Withdraw that amount. Once that cash is gone, it's gone. There's a hard stop. And of course, the crucial part is to immediately log every single one of those cash expenses, just like any other.
Log the cash, too. Got it.
This simple shift, using cash strategically, can gradually help rewire your spending habits. It brings back a sense of conscious decision-making, makes each transaction feel a bit more real again.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, the big question really is, how do you sustain all this? It might feel like a bit of a chore at first, right? Like one more thing to add to an already packed schedule.
Habit formation is key.
Building any new habit, even one that's financially transformative like this, it requires a strategy, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Building a lasting habit is crucial, and the sources offer some incredibly actionable tips for making expense tracking feel like a natural part of your routine, not just a burden.
Okay, what are they?
First, dedicate just 5 minutes. every night before bed maybe, just to jot down your day's expenses. This small, consistent ritual creates a really powerful feedback loop.
5 minutes nightly. Or
Second, conduct a weekly analysis. Maybe pick a day, like every Sunday, to review the entire week's spending. This gives you a broader perspective and allows for, course correction if needed.
I really like that idea of a weekly review, kind of a financial check-in. What other strategies help make this stick?
Third, engage in some genuine self-reflection. For each significant expense or even just patterns you notice, consciously ask yourself, did this expense provide me with real value? Was it truly a need, or was it more of a fleeting want?
Questioning the value? That's powerful.
That simple question can be a powerful filter, and it can lead to more mindful spending in the future. And fourth, something that can really boost motivation and accountability. Consider tracking expenses together with a partner, or maybe a family member.
Oh, like a team effort.
Exactly. That shared effort, the mutual encouragement, even just some gentle accountability, it can make a significant difference in maintaining consistency, especially early on.
That's brilliant. Having a buddy for your financial journey, that sounds like a great way to stay on track.
It really can be.
Yep.
And what's important to remember is that while the beginning might feel a little challenging,
Sure.
with consistent, deliberate effort, tracking expenses will gradually transition. It goes from feeling like a chore to becoming a natural and, frankly, indispensable part of your lifestyle.
So it gets easier.
It becomes a powerful tool for financial insight, rather than just another item on your to-do list. That initial resistance definitely fades as the benefits become undeniably clear in your own finances.
Okay, so friends listening, what we've really unpacked today makes it incredibly clear. Taking control of your finances through expense tracking.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science.
No, not at all.
It doesn't require some complex financial wizardry or, a degree in economics.
It truly doesn't. What it does require, as our sources consistently emphasize, is basically a simple notebook and pen,
Right.
or an accessible app on your phone, combined with just a little bit of consistent discipline.
Discipline and consistency.
That's it. And the direct link is just undeniable. Only when you keep a close, honest eye on your expenses, when you truly understand where every rupee is going, only then can you genuinely begin to save, to invest, and to build the financial future you actually envision for yourself.
It's the foundation.
It's the prerequisite for any meaningful financial growth and for true financial empowerment.
So we really want to encourage you listening to take that first step today. Don't wait until next month. Don't wait for some better time that might never come.
Just start.
To start writing down every single expense, no matter how small it seems. We promise you, you will see a tangible difference in your financial situation and probably in your mindset too by the end of this month.
You really will.
It's all about empowerment through actionable information.
Absolutely. And perhaps if we connect this to the bigger picture, maybe leave you with this powerful idea to ponder. Earning money is undeniably important, we all know that. But mastering its management, well, that's arguably even more so.
That's a great thought.
So ask yourself, what does true financial control really mean for your future? And more importantly, what's one small thing you'll do today to begin shaping it?